Thank you for joining us. Here are the weekly highlights of Arakan. Fighting intensifies between regime forces and AA in Kyaukphyu. Regime deploys heavy security in 3 Arakan townships ahead of election. Historic bell unearthed in Arakan State. White rebel team donates over 125 million jets for Mrauk-U hospital repairs. At least 6 humanitarian workers killed in Junta attacks in Arakan State. Fewer migratory birds recorded in Arakan State this winter. Armed clashes between the Arakan army and the Myanmar military have been ongoing for over 2 years now. In this weekly segment, covering December 22nd to 28th of 2025, we'll be bringing you key developments regarding the situation in Arakan. Fighting intensifies between regime forces and AA in Kyaukphyu. Fighting between the military regime and Arakan army has intensified in Kyaukphyu township, with heavy weapons reportedly being used on a daily basis according to local residents. Since early December, clashes have occurred almost daily across the township, involving both heavy and small arms. A Kyaukphyu resident said the AA is not launching attacks from fixed positions near villages such as Taishao, Date, and Yanandong, but is instead intercepting and attacking areas where junta troops are stationed. As the military regime faces sustained clashes, a large number of troops have reportedly been deployed in recent days to battalion headquarters, frontline positions, and other locations, according to a military source. Intense fighting has also been reported near the Danyawadi Naval Base over the past few days, with heavy artillery fire. The military regime held elections in Kyaukphyu, Saitue, and Mrauk-U townships in Arakan State on December 28th. Regime deploys heavy security in 3 Arakan townships ahead of election. Residents say junta soldiers and police were deployed across Saitue, Kyaukphyu, and Mrauk-U townships, areas under the control of Myanmar's military regime, ahead of Sunday's election. In Saitue, soldiers and police were stationed in crowded areas and residential neighborhoods, including schools such as polling stations. Security was tightened, with personnel closely monitoring pedestrians. Residents also reported that all party campaign signs in Saitue were removed, while authorities urged people to vote. In Mrauk-U Township, polling stations were set up in schools and government buildings across 5 urban wards, with junta soldiers and police maintaining tight security. In Kyaukphyu, security was tightened at polling stations in the town, though residents said fighting between the military regime and Arakan army continued outside the town. The Union Solidarity and Development Party, Rakhine Nationalities Party, Arakan Front Party, Rakhine State National Unity Party, Khmer National Development Party, Mrauk National Party, and Mrauk National Development Party are contesting the junta-sponsored election. Historic bell unearthed in Arakan State. A historic bell from Mrauk-U period long missing in Arakan State was rediscovered in July by officials of the United League of Arakan. The bell is a relic from the ancient Arakan era, from 1638 to 1645, and was reportedly cast during the reign of King Narapati. Local residents believe the bell is a guardian bell of Arakan State. The large cast bronze bell measures 86 centimeters in height, with a base diameter of 65 centimeters and a base circumference of 207 centimeters. It has a rim thickness of 4 centimeters, a body circumference of 160 centimeters, and an upper circumference of 24 centimeters. The bell bears inscriptions in 3 languages, Pali, Sanskrit, and Rakhavana, and includes the word in, I, and Kathari. Locals say Arakan State is rich in ancient heritage, noting that many historical relics remain missing and await further investigation and discovery. White rebel team donates over 125 million jets for Mrauk-U hospital repairs. The White rebel team has reportedly donated more than 125 million jets to help repair damage caused by the bombing of Mrauk-U Hospital. The Department of Public Health under the United League of Arakan said on December 21st that the team donated 125.5 million Myanmar jets for the hospital's restoration. According to a congratulatory certificate, the funds will be used for the welfare of health workers, hospital renovations, the purchase of urgently needed medical equipment, and the strengthening of public health services. Myanmar's military regime dropped 2 500-pound bombs on Mrauk-U Hospital on International Human Rights Day, December 10th, killing 33 people and injuring 78 others. Following the bombing, healthcare services in Arakan State are facing unprecedented difficulties. At least 6 humanitarian workers killed in junta attacks in Arakan State. At least 6 humanitarian workers providing emergency assistance during the latest fighting in Arakan State have been killed in airstrikes and artillery attacks carried out by the Myanmar military's regime. An airstrike on Mrauk-U Hospital on December 10th killed 4 members of the Mrauk-U Youth Association, MUYA, who were assisting emergency patients. On October 31st, the military regime also carried out on Baningla village in Bonajan Township, killing 23-year-old Ma Pyo, a member of the Arakan Patriotic Youth Foundation. Early on October 26th, 14-year-old Mote Alhain from Bonajan-based Pure Heart Foundation was killed by heavy weapons fire while transporting an emergency patient to Quandao village in Bonajin Township. Mote O'Hain was the youngest philanthropist in Arakan State and had been working with the foundation since the age of 9. Humanitarian workers in Arakan State continue to risk their lives amid aerial bombardment, landmines, and unexploded remnants of war. Philanthropists say they face serious challenges, including threats to their lives, a lack of funding, and dwindling donor support. Social aid organizations are providing round-the-clock assistance to residents across Arakan State, including displaced people, through healthcare, education support, accident response, and emergency life-saving operations. Fewer migratory birds recorded in Arakan State this winter. The number of migratory birds entering Arakan State during the winter season has been declining year by year, according to local residents and environmental observers. Migratory birds usually arrive in October and November, frequenting coastal areas such as Nantha Island in Rakhine Township and wetlands along Mrauk-U River. Locals say sightings have dropped significantly this year. Residents cited illegal bird hunting, a lack of protection for feeding grounds, freshwater and saltwater beaches, mangrove forests as key factors driving the decline. Environmental conservationists stressed the need for greater environmental awareness training and stronger law enforcement to protect migratory birds in Arakan State. Locals said some bird species are on the verge of extinction due to commercial hunters who catch birds with nets at night in grazing areas. An environmentalist urged the Arakan Army to impose strict bans on commercial bird hunting, warning that many bird species, including migratory birds, are becoming increasingly rare. The United League of Arakan has issued a 7-point plan to protect and conserve migratory birds, and said violations will be punished under the Environmental Conservation Act. These were the main highlights of the past week in Arakan. This program is presented every Tuesday, so please stay tuned. May all people of Arakan and the world stay healthy and safe.